New best perks in World Zero. Last week, World Zero dropped a huge perk update, changing the meta forever. Warning, do not recraft Zero Gear yet. More perk tuning is coming, and this could change the best perks for weapons and even armor. Going over the update, nothing here matters. The important changes are below. This update really shows the things developers find most important. It's kind of sad when gameplay changes are listed below pay to win cash out features, but it is what it is. The biggest change is Mob Boss was changed to no longer affect elite enemies. Apparently, elites are not considered mobs. What this means is the best perks to use for weapons is Elite Slayer / Boss. This is the best because elite enemies have more HP than normal mobs, and by the time you kill elite mobs, normal mobs will also have died. Thus, Elite Slayer is better than Mob Slayer. You can also take more damage when using Slayer perks, but if you take damage, it's just a skill issue. By using the simple tactic of moving around enemies, you can avoid taking damage. The next notable change is Burn Chance has had the cap increased from 7% to 15%. This means it is now better than crit stack. Other than that, attack up is still very strong and the third best perk to run. For the best Dungeon Zero weapons, you want to be using Elite Slayer 30, Burn Chance 15, and attack up 8 on your weapon, and for bosses, you just swap it to Boss Slayer. For Infinite Tower, it's very competitive to run Vampiric over the Boss Slayer and Elite Slayer perks, because the high health pool of the mobs at later floors means that the scaling is very good for Vampiric because of its percent base damage instead of the flat damage. For armor changes, Poisonous Thorns and Self-Destruct have also been changed to make them more interesting, but I would not use them because these perks are still very bad. For these perks to work, you need to take damage, which is very bad because if you take damage, you die. I don't think the developers understand that it's very bad to take damage, and they keep trying to make these like reflect perks work, and it's just not gonna work. For example, Self-Destruct brings you to 1 HP, but a lot of things that can kill you in the game are dots, which means damage over time. And so if you get hit by like a burn effect, and you go and you die and you proc Self-Destruct, you will still have the burn effect, and then you will just die to the burn effect because you're at 1 HP, thus making Self-Destruct useless because you still die in solo play. Poisonous Thorns is also very bad because of this, because in High Infinite Tower and Nightmare Dungeons, you need to take damage to proc this effect, and if you take damage, you're gonna die, which means that this perk is still really bad unless you're playing like Mage of Light for some reason, which doesn't make any sense. Another change is that Walk Speed has been renamed to Agility, and its cap has been raised from 5% to 10%, which means that the best perks for armor as of making this video is 15 ult charge, 10 agility, and 100 glass. But I'm pretty sure the developers don't like fun, so they will probably nerf glass in the future. TLDR, don't farm out perks yet, don't recraft your Zero Gear yet, because more tuning is to come. The game is about customization, it's not really about, gameplay. Personally, I am expecting all of the developers to completely ruin all perks that are used to be good, so I'm assuming they're probably going to make glass very bad. They're probably going to make attack up even worse than it currently is. But it's all good though, because World Zero isn't my main game. If you guys are also frustrated with the changes, just take a break, play something else. We all know World Zero at its core is about customization and cosmetics and pay to win, and honestly, I'm cool with that. I like the way my character looks, but basically the developers want to balance out perk tuning. They want the perks to be more on an even playing field, but this is a very big issue with me because a lot of the perks don't do anything for damage, which means that the very few perks that did damage and are getting changed are just worse, and so overall players are just weaker than they used to be. That's all for today though. Thanks for watching, like the vid, and subscribe. Thank you.